Good morning or afternoon. Let's have a look at the time. Oh, it's afternoon now. It's 12:02. Yeah, I'm in the front room. It's shitty weather today. So I've just put the washing line back up. So it's indoors to dry my washing with. Right, because I can't get my dark wash out on the line at the moment. Go and lay down, Marnie Moo. Get the fuck out of my way. AI fucking try saying, no, I don't. Why the fuck do I want to do that? Get the fuck off my screen. AI trying to get me to say things to make the phone do something different than what I'm doing. Yeah, RE Investigatory Powers Act. I posted a video this morning by a guy called Mark the Bowler Hat Farmer. He comes from East Anglia, so around this area, where he's talking about the food scarcity and his crops not growing in his fields because of that chemtrailing above his farm. Right, worth a listen to. Mark the Bowler Hatted Farmer. Check that channel out. So I thought I heard thunder again then, but it's Lola out in the hallway doing a bit of slurping. And she's cleaning herself. Hulkster's on the sofa. He's upped his game a little bit today, so he's being separated from her because he didn't obey me when I told him to get indoors. So I had to go out there, put his collar on, rather than chase him around the garden trying to grab hold of him, just because he wanted to dry hump a bitch. Can't have that when you're trying to separate boys when they're all fueled up with testosterone, can you? Let's see if I can do this with putting the phone in the cradle while it's on the front cam like that. That's better. Yeah, I've got the carpets rolled up behind me. And the dog's clean bed. I had a bit of piss in my hallway earlier after a bit of junk mail got put through the letterbox. I'm out of antidepressants, and the doctors straight away they issued a series of NHS texts saying safety alert, blah 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 blah. So in other words, they want you to come in and pick up your antidepressant medication when you're supposed to pick it up rather than run out. Because, and I know why, I read a medical report, that I'm trying to multitask because I'm right on the last of all the vapes. It's raining, I can't get out with my mobility scooter because of all this stupidness with the weather. So I'm just biding my time while I'm defrosting the chicken for tomorrow's dinner. After not ordering myself a new TV for the Caesars Circus tournament that's going on in Europe. And I've purposely not done it this way this time. So what I'm seeing is global war on the very near horizon. And I'm sorry to be a bit negative with the state of affairs out there, but I'm positive enough in myself, so that's all I need to worry about. I'm just speaking the truth of what I'm interpreting, what's going on around me, yeah? So I'm putting all the vape juice into one, and then I'm adding a bit of flavour into it. Yeah, just to eke it out that little bit further. And I'm going to roll myself a cigarette in a minute because I haven't had no cigarettes for a week. And I haven't been out and no one's been here to bring it to me. How have I done that? Oh, no one's dropped. No one's been to my house. Sorry, I'm fucking dribbling now. No one's been to my house at all. I've been out. I've seen no one. I've been near no one. How the fuck's that gone on then? I'm just going to show you. After I get this bastard vape top off. Excuse my French. So, going back to the Euros. You've got global war on the horizon. You've had the COVID thing, correct? With your social distancing, which is really put your arm out. That's your distancing in your military formation on a parade ground or as they're telling you what to do. Yeah, then it's stand to attention. And then they give you your orders, what they want you to do. And you do what you're told. So, the first match of the Euros for England is against Serbia. It's the only one that they're controlling the fans through the alcohol, yeah? Let that sink in for a second while I tap all this stuff in here, meant for all sorts. Right. So, still a little bit in the bottom of that one. And let's try and get that in there and all. Just by changing the angle of the bottle and giving it another tap. I don't need to dab it out, do I? All I need to do is do this. Get the stuff that hasn't got any nicotine in it. That's just pure strawberry flavour. Pour a little bit of that into each one of the empties. Give it a shake and pour it in the stuff with the vape juice that's got the nicotine replacement in it. Just to get it out, yeah? This is just strawberry flavouring. Yeah. Going in strawberry and menthol empty bottles. Just to rinse them out. Right, just a little bit in there just to swill it out. I do, because I only want one bottle, don't I, out of all three of them. So we'll let that, that's it, that's that one done. So I've already got that much vape juice out of all three. And then I'm going to check the recycling out. Yeah, anyway, going back to this Euro thing. They're controlling through the beer before they give you the real enemy to fight. On the pitch in Europe. But Europe won't be a football field then, it'll be a battlefield. So you can see how the English people are being manipulated and programmed. Yeah, buy yourself a new TV so we can watch you on these TVs. Yeah, security and surveillance through your TV so they can watch you while you're getting aggressive, shouting at the TV and the football. Right, then they're going to program you with this global war. That we've been told by one MP that defected that they're going to announce that in June or July. The world war has started with Russia. Right, that's what we've been told so far by this MP. And everything is pointing to that as well, so it's not looking good, folks. And you got farmers talking about food security. I've just done that one, haven't I? Right, let's empty out the menthol one now, just to get any dregs out the menthol one. So you got farmers talking about food security and their food not growing properly, which is going to make supply issues and prices skyrocketed in skyrocketing shops. So they're telling you, start thinking about your own family's food security now. And good luck. So basically he said, like, you know, he can help out and sell from his shop, but sooner or later it will be taken from him by those that get really desperate. Excuse me, nature called there. You know, as people form into little groups and go hunting for food and meat and all that sort of stuff as it all kicks off. Those that aren't fighting, then they're going to start attacking the soldiers' families while the soldiers are away fighting for this stupidness, which is going to allow the country to be taken over. The soldiers will all die on the battlefield and our replacements will be in place. The same as what's going on in America. So keep an eye on what's going on. Don't get fooled by all the stupidness. Yeah, just focus on what you've got to do. And get yourself in a position where you can provide for your family. Don't worry about it. Don't get depressed about it. Just be aware that you might have to step up at some point and do whatever you've got to do to survive. And it will be survival. So why did I invest in hunting tools and a pack of dogs, and then get told by the government I'm not allowed to breed those dogs because they're dangerous? No, they're not dangerous. I'll prove they're not dangerous. It's absolutely pissing it down now. Good job I don't have to go out and get some vape juice or nothing. No, on my scooter, because that would be used for gathering firewood to cook with, if it all goes pear-shaped. And my dogs will be used for hunting, as I got them for that reason. Right. And you can see how it's all coming together now. So, wise investments in the future, buying hunting tools and getting a pack of dogs to go hunting with. Got enough vape juice there. Right. I've even got a cigarette there that I didn't know I had until I went looking for the vape juice. So I'm going to roll that cigarette. Yeah. So I haven't seen anyone. Haven't been near anyone to get any. Haven't been to the local shop to buy any more tobacco from when I ran out the other day, which I've been logging all that on videos. So let's get this little tray that I put out the way. Wet the end of my finger. Pick up all the little dog hairs in it. Get them out of the way. And then I'm just left with enough tobacco there. Just making sure I'm not picking up none of the tobacco with it, with the dog out. Because it was just put in a drawer, out the way. It's what I usually roll my thingies on. And I'm seeing bits of herbery all the way through the fucking tobacco. Because that's a bonus. Right. So I've got enough for a thin doob there. How about that? What's a bonus? Since I've run out of state medication. Have a dog out. Right, they're white dog hairs, so they stick out like a sore thumb if you move tap the tobacco about and let it move about. You don't want to be smoking dog hair in your cigarette now, do you? So as soon as I can get out and go and do a bit of shopping and go and pick my antidepressants up from the chemist. That was the other tangent that I was talking about. This is the ADHD problem, yeah? Right. I read a medical report And so have my doctors. So they're fully aware of the problem with antidepressants. They found in a study of all the mass shootings and that sort of thing that's been going on around the world, not just in America, in the UK as well, they found the one, not sure of the word, correlating or corroborating, one of them sort of words, the one piece of evidence or linking thing that's linking it all together is the people were either on antidepressants and stopped without withdrawals, without slowly stopping, or they just stopped taking them, or they was having psychotic issues on the antidepressants. Right? But I've run out of them. And people thought I was crazy anyway before I started taking them, so when you see me making a video and people negative commenting and saying like, oh, I think you're off your box. I watched a few of your videos and my judgy opinion thinks you're off your box. Well, yeah, I am off my box of antidepressants now. Do you want me to come around, bang on your door and go bang? Now you understand what school shootings are like, or mass shootings, what's causing it all, because simply don't care at the moment. Right? You get what I'm saying? Right, that one didn't sit together properly, did it? So let's try that again. While I keep myself. Well, it's definitely pissing it down out there now. Proper heavier than what it was when I started talking. I've got my curtains open, and the neighbour I caught watching through the front window yesterday has just got home with her husband, and could quite well think, see if I can roll in up there with two Rizzlers. Why's he sticking two Rizzlers together? Oh, he's rolling drugs. Oh. Well, the doctor gives me drugs, doesn't he? Right. So stop being fucking judgy then. You need re-educating by the government that turns you against the fucking herbal stuff that I'm just about to put in my cigarette, along with the bit of tobacco that's another plant. It's not a chemical, is it? That's going to alter my mind and make me go fucking like the amytryptyline that caused the first setup. You see what I mean? So, oh dear, I just flicked a few grains of tobacco over myself. Don't want to do that now, do I? Because every grain counts in this cigarette. Otherwise it won't stay alight, will it? To get the benefit of the herb. Oh, there's another bit flew out with a bit of herb in it. Right, so I can't see. There might be the odd little dog hair in there, but I'm not worried about that. It'll all go down and come out the same way, won't it? Yep, that's a dube's worth. Oh, hang on, there's a fucking dog hair. Doesn't matter about the taste of it, does it? Because it's for the medication that's in it. So I'm not really that fussed about the dog hair in it. It's the same as sleeping with dogs on your bed, isn't it? And breathing in dog hairs. Right? So no different. Doesn't make any difference whatsoever. There's just something else that's burning and making a smell, isn't it? Well, no. That was right on the edge where I could see it. So if I can see it and I don't want to see it, it doesn't need to be there, does it? Right. Let's get all that lovely herbal tobacco out in the Rizzler. I can sort of move about the little chunks and flecks of greenery that are in there until it makes a sensible sort of size roll up without having chunks of. Yeah, that was quite a big lump. That can go in the middle, so I don't miss burning that. That don't need to be up one end of it, does it? Right, is there any more in there? Yeah, there's another chunk. There's no glass pipes, is there here? Or nothing like that. This is just literally to help me out and get me through. Because I've got the old stool pigeon problem round this way. You know, people are trying to drop dimes on people and get people in trouble so they can get them evicted and shit like that. So the sooner that law's changed, the better, really, isn't it? Well, I didn't need to stick an extra Rizzler on the end of that one, really. Because there's only really a roll-up's worth there, not a doob's worth. Unless I stretch it out and make it burn like a fucking fuse. That'll do. It's a prison roll-up, isn't it? Right. So I don't need that bit of Rizzler. That can all get ripped off of there. Without flicking all the tobacco everywhere. And really winding myself up. Since I've gone to all the trouble. See what I mean? Right. So that's all I wanted to talk about this morning, really. Because I've got to watch what I'm saying, because I am being monitored so heavily at the moment. I made one comment on Facebook this morning. Straight away they give me a community warning to try and tempt me into. Didn't react. Right, because it's all about that not reacting while I'm being manipulated in the third setup. Right. Get away from the door. Now. She's trying to tempt you with her dog piss that she just peed up the hallway with. She's trying to let the smell come down the hallway and you're straight to the door. Because you won't leave her alone to have a pee out in the garden in peace. Got it, boy? That's why I'm not telling her off, and I've got the bleach bucket out there just for her. Because you boys will not leave her alone at the moment as our season gets nearer. There you go. Now she's gone to lay back down on her bed properly. Sneezing. There. Is your bitch ass game not working, Gil? Yes. Because now you're having to smell your own pheromones out there on your own, aren't you? First thing this morning, I got noises from out in the back garden. Yeah. To try and get me to curiously look out to see what it was. Just completely ignored it. Then it was, I said out loud from my neighbour, through the paper thin walls, I said, you watch. I said, there'll be something happen at the front of the house now, just to try and get me away from the back of the house. As they try and trigger the dogs. Sure enough, that's exactly what happened. Making the dogs pee to get me out of bed to clean up the piss. Right. So, because it was only a rinse the mop out of the piss that I just mopped up with it, no bleach in the bucket, I thought, right, what I'm going to do this time is the junk mail that's just come through the dog that's triggered the dog. They want me to and fro in it, so, and go out the back garden first, where all the noise was going on out the back garden. So I thought, what I'm going to do, I'm going out the front. But first, I'm going to teach this bitch a lesson for these bitch ass games. So what I did, I stood there in front of Lola and Hulkster, and it was only rinsed out dog piss in the mop, no bleach in the bucket, remember. And I stood down and I let them watch me piss in the bucket on top of their piss. And I walked slowly towards them. Hulkster's sort of started backing up behind Lola. Lola was looking a bit nervous. Move, Marnie. Lola was looking a bit nervous, so I've gently and kindly just lowered the bucket. She should have had her nose rubbed in it, in her own piss, but I let her gently go, and her head went down straight away. She didn't want to look me in the eye. And I thought, right, so I raised my hand like that, and she flinched. And I thought, yeah, you've been mistreated in the past every time you've done that, haven't you? So that's why I'm not going to do it. Then I calmly went and got the keys, took the junk mail out on the front path, put the 3 bits of paper on the front path, and then I poured the fucking piss out the bucket on top of the junk mail for the other dogs to sniff as they go past and pee on. Right, because it's a little calling card, isn't it? On top of the calling card's what triggered all the stupidness in my house this morning, right? Oh, I can taste the fucking dog hair in that bit straight away. But I can also taste the herbs, so it don't really matter to me. Right. So they weren't told off, they was told off by an action, not a words or violence, right? And while I was out there, someone that I see about around the neighbourhood that I'm usually pretty polite with, she came walking past in the park as I'm coming back with my dog food. We say hello as we pass each other and that sort of stuff. And yeah, she was wearing a very adult dress that time. And I looked and I thought, oh dear. As I went past, she said hello, I said hello, and you know, I didn't look back. Then, cool, you know what I mean? And yeah, well, I saw her this morning. I said hello. Right. After I'd done that to the thingy with the dog piss, but today she was in normal clothes. Right. Which is why I only say hello. Right. She wasn't dressed up to look like what she wasn't. As I was coming through the park on my scooter. If you get what I'm saying. Yes, I see him walk past the window, which, well, I'll shut the curtains if I don't need to look. I'm not interested in looking at people's fucking bedroom windows or anything like that, am I? I'm just fucking in my thing here, doing my thing, keeping an eye on my dogs. Right. Got dogs to do that, haven't I? They give me a bark if anything's untoward going on out there. Everyone's good. I'll put the washing line up, like I said, indoors, because I need to get that washing dry. Right, that's now empty. Only had a doob's worth in it, or a one skin. But it's enough pain relief just for now. I don't need to be out playing Tetris on my scooter with the police, do I, that are trying to set me up at the moment. When I have it, while they're trying to force a mistake, trying to intercept to find out if I'm going to get it, who I'm talking to, blah, blah, blah. Yeah? So this morning I noticed after I got the community warning, I thought, right, I'd best turn my Wi-Fi on the phone and take a photograph of it. And for the first time ever, the community warning popped up on the phone when I wasn't even logged into Facebook. How did they do that? On my mobile phone. So that means that's the community that's doing all this complaining. So I was right. So I just pressed the arrow that takes you off of that screen, because it was blocking what I wanted to photograph on the Facebook on my computer, and then I just posted it anyway without photographing it. I thought, right, well now I know for certain who it is, who that community is that's doing all the complaining. And it was a comedy post what I put up first thing, and it said this post looks like similar posts which we've removed to do with harassment and violence, and it simply wasn't. So I just put edit on the end of it and explained why I was editing it. One, I've missed out the T in them. I just put him. So I had to edit that to add the T to it anyway. I then put in the edit while I was editing it, and then carried on my normal Facebook activities this morning with no problems. After pressing ignore warning on both my mobile phone and on my computer as well, because that gives me all the information I need as to who's been doing all of this, because I got it on my phone, didn't I? And I got it on that roadblock afterwards and denied entry onto the train to get back to Peterborough. So I know who's doing it. And I'm not falling for the setup, am I? There's no music on, so they can't edit or copyright strike the video, can they? Unless it's about a cigarette. Because they don't like it when the lovely Katie does that online, when she's promoting that sort of thing. Right? Because promotion and private medical use is completely different, isn't it? Correct? Which is why they can't complain about these videos unless they class it as harassment, incitement or violence, which that post simply wasn't about. So why did it get that warning? Right? Because it was after a video on food security, farming, and what's coming from that farmer's opinion, who's a local farmer in this county. Right? So I'm listening to the farmer from this county telling us that his food ain't growing properly because of the weather they're fucking about with, and there's going to be food shortages coming in the next few weeks. I've also talked with other people that I know in the farming community, and they're saying exactly the same thing as well. Jeremy Clarkson has also been saying he's being paid not to grow food. Only certain types of food. So that's going along with what that farmer added too. Because it's all about grain, isn't it? Then they can collapse the price of grain and we all starve because there's no real food that's been grown. No potatoes, no carrots, none of that, because they've done it all for grain. And yes, I have just seen movement in the same bedroom window, so I'm going to shut my curtains in a minute and smoke my vape, because now there is, I just caught it out the top of my eye there in my peripheral vision like I did yesterday. Well, I'm laying on my side doing the stomach vent thing after having some Marmite sandwiches and a glass of squash this morning. Right? And one cigarette. So that was enough for the audience outside my house. Right. That top window. Okay. Which is why I don't show the camera angles in this. I have to. But I caught it for the second day on the trot while my curtains are open and I'm sitting here relaxing as a disabled person. Right? That's not paranoia, but it was the same actions outside my house as yesterday, when I did have my state medication in my system. Do you now see what I mean? So, do I need to go up to the post office and do anything today? Got 2 bowls of vapes. It's not going to be raining all day, is it? So I can go and get some vape juice if I want to. I've only got to take my seat on and off, haven't I? On and off the bus, which is now easier. And then over the course of the weekend, I'll work out a way of putting in a bit of seat stem in that actual seat stem. So the seat stem, when I cut it down into size, won't slide down into there, will it? Because it'll be blocked from sliding down into there once I get the height right, and then all I've got to do is clamp it properly and secure the top bit, haven't I? Which I might have to do that with a bike clamp, because it's just not working, the Chinese clip thing at the top there. It's not pulling it tight enough. Bendy steel, I think it is. So I might sort of adapt it from bike spares that I've got from replacing saddles and saddle stems and that. I've got smaller seat stems that I can plop down inside the actual main stem housing. Yeah, so, and adapt it that way. It's already cut up 2 bits of rubber, taking it on and off. So if I adapt it that way and use the original sleeve that won't be able to slide down inside it because it's going to have the other bit blocking it, and sealed like that, so it's set at that height, which won't allow the sleeve thing to slide down into it, if you see what I mean. So it'll have to sit where it is. I think that's a better way of a workaround. So I'm going to work out how to do that at the weekend, maybe over this weekend rather than the football. I'll have to get the hacksaw out because I need to cut the seat stem into shape or length, put that insert inside it, use some no more nails stuff to seal it and hold it in there tight, which has stopped the sleeve, the original sleeve, going down inside it. This thing that's now all split up and everything else, where it keeps getting fucking manipulated, but that can go back in there and be used in its original content without sliding in there and all that sort of nonsense. You can see where I used the arrow tip to prise it out from inside the stem, so that proves what I was saying about that. Yeah. So that's how I'm going to improvise and keep my scooter going. I've just got to keep it out the rain, haven't I? But I can do like a quick dash to the bus stop, quick dash to the shop and back, and then wipe the scooter off, keeping it dry and safe. Get under cover and just sit tight if it starts absolutely chucking it down while I'm out. See what I mean? So I can safely manoeuvre around whatever's going on. On the tray thing now, I'm not going to be giving any advance warnings or anything, or be following routine on that whatsoever, as I safely go about my legal, lawful thing. So I shouldn't encounter any problems there. It's just about keeping me safe and other people safe then, isn't it? And if I have to improvise to do it, then I improvise to do it. What are you waiting for, Marnie? As if we don't know. The other two dogs are chilled, aren't they, Marnie? What are you waiting for, boy? You're waiting for Lola, aren't you? Who's staring at you and you're staring at her. Get up on that chair now. Move. Snap out of it. Get up on the chair. Not there. Get up there. Up. I'm pack leader, not you. That's it. Get your fucking sprouts under control, boy. I have to keep mine under control, and I can do it. You can do it. Got it? Then you won't get wounds under your neck, will you? Where your brother's tried to rip your throat out. Got it? Because you're making him anxious. I'm not making anyone anxious, am I? No. Because I'm trying to be as positive as possible while I'm going through this disability thing and PTSD and all the other shit that's going on, while I've got people trying to manoeuvre me in line for a setup. Nope, not happening. There you go. One calm Marnie. Yep, she's watching him. Like I said last night, she was giving his old cheesy bell end a lick to try and pacify him, because she's been neutered and all that. You know what I mean? So even in that state, she's trying to pacify his behaviour, because he's just being a dog. I've already said I ain't got the money to do everything all at the same time, so I've got fences to put up to make sure they don't escape, because the neighbours are trying to coax them into escaping to manipulate the law, sabotaging items to try and distract me and slow me down and divert funds away from that project onto that to replace that. And you see what I mean? Yeah, we have a little bit of bright weather. That would be the kind of hole in the sky that would get me to the bus stop safely and on the bus, wouldn't it? Or sitting in the bus shelter out the rain. Take a cloth with me to keep the battery area dry. I know what the dog's behaviour is, so I know if I come back to rivers of piss and shit, what it'll all be about and who would have done it and caused it from outside the property, don't I? Because they've already proved that they can hold themselves for 12 hours at a time. So why, if I nip out for an hour and a half, do I come back to rivers of piss and shit like I've left them alone all day? Which is what prevents me from going and visiting family and everything else, because I just can't be out of the house long enough, because I'm aware of what's going on behind me, which I'm trying to prove to everyone, including the police, that are, having to look into it all again now, because again, they're being manipulated while I'm clearly proving what's actually going on with it all. So there you go. The only ones complaining about it at the moment are either the people that I'm talking about or the police themselves. And at the moment, because it's switched on to both my devices now, it's clearly the police that are doing it. And someone abusing the Investigatory Powers Act by using the back door into the Samsung Galaxy device, which Samsung had to put in there for the UK government to be able to sell these devices in the UK. Now you see why I bought another one of these, to prove that. Right, that's 48 minutes worth of video, so I'm going to wind this video up. Have a lovely Saturday, folks. If you're into the football, enjoy it safely. Don't get manipulated by your emotions, because it's all programming if you're watching it on the TV, isn't it? Just like it would turn into orders once those TVs are programmed to make you believe in the Third World War that you've got to fucking fight in. So be very careful now what you're allowing in your heads and how you're allowing them to manipulate your emotions and everything else through it. That's why that is off. It's not being watched because I can't hook my HDMI lead up to it and just watch YouTube videos on it, because it's being sabotaged to make me be seen watching something else on it, like a live TV, which I won't watch. So, that is an Ethernet cable going into my bedroom, not a TV aerial. high-speed Ethernet cable or LAN lead. Yeah, I just casually turned round as I sat up and readjusted my clothes, and yeah, saw them. Yeah, the only thing they can be watching from that angle is the dog sitting there, behaving himself. Right, well, I lay on the sofa as a disabled man. With my fucked up ankle. There you go, there's me other foot cracking and the knee problem showing itself. Right. So, you know, when they get asked to have a peek, what's he doing in there then? Well, he's just laying on his sofa. He ain't got the TV on. He's making a video by the looks of it, and his dog's laying there behaving. Can't see nothing else, but obviously he's not reacting, so all his other dogs are laying down being good. We'll have to wait until he shows us a video of it all, won't we? No, he hasn't done his housework yet, because he's explaining it on the video, isn't he? For those that have got a suspicion that something isn't as he's saying it is. But at least I'm not laying on my bed all day today, am I? Right, that's 52 minutes on video, so we'll leave it at that. Have a lovely Saturday. I don't want to turn it into an hour-long video or nothing, but yeah, there you go. That's why I'm not getting distracted by bitch-ass games, the same as I'm teaching Marnie not to get distracted by bitch-ass games, so he can be happy with his little lady that I sorted out for him. Right. Because that's what I promised him. That's what he got. For being a good boy. So all he needs to do now is, while he's with Willow, all he needs to do is stay focused on Willow. Let's watch what he's doing. No! Get on the chair. Get on the chair. Move. Move! Thank you. Yes, I barked an order at you, Marnie. You obeyed it. Good boy. Lay down. Yeah, look at Willow only. If your brother's not looking anxious because I barked an order at you, and Willow's not looking anxious because I told you, you should be listening to Willow then, shouldn't you? Only. Not anything out the front door, right? Got it? Good boy. I don't mean to keep pecking at you at the moment, but you're acting like one of my children. So stay focused and you'll be all right. Well, that don't taste bad with that extra strawberry flavouring in it. Makes you chug it a little bit more because it's got slightly less nicotine in it. It's starting to get a bit warm now, actually, so don't want to burn the coil out. So I might pop up the shop and get myself a pouch of tobacco today, just for easiness' sake, rather than vape juice. Then I don't have to be out the house longer going to get the vape juice, do I? Or I could just nip to the garage and get some vape juice with nicotine in it. Be different flavour, but it'd be the same vape juice, wouldn't it? It'd just be slightly more expensive. But I've got to focus on my dogs, haven't I? Not what's going on with the food scarcity thing. When I can get to the shop, I'll be buying whatever non-perishable goods that I want to get. And stocking both freezers up. And stocking up on dog food before we hit a snag. While I work out what to do about the dog's food after that starts happening, if it does. Because that's vegetable-based dog food, which is made from grain, isn't it? So it'll either collapse in price and get cheaper because it's grain-based dog food, or it'll be harder to get hold of. One of them two equations. So we'll have to go back to what happened before that sort of stuff was about, and dogs were eating human leftovers. Right? So it'd be pasta, eggs, cheese, all of that sort of stuff, wouldn't it? What they'd normally eat if they was a farmyard breed of dogs. Chuck a bit of bread in with it. What do dogs in Alaska eat? Salmon mixed with water. Just that. And kibbles when they can't get enough salmon out of the river. Which means they have to spend lots of money on fuel going to a shop way out the way, far away from their homesteads to get, which costs them fuel to get there, then it costs them this to get it, and blah, blah, blah. So they just don't do it. Oh, hello, beautiful girl. What do you want? You want to come and lay down and pacify your boy, do you? Come on in, up you get. Or are you waiting for your tin of meat? And or a good girl, sweetie, eh? What do you want to do? Do you want to come and pacify it? Hey! Right, Hulk's right there. Hulk's right there. Hulk's right there. Go and lay down. You up there? You up there? Now, Marnie, I can't put you in the crate because what's going to happen? You rip your face apart trying to escape the crate to get to the bitch. Get up there. Now. Move. Willow, up there with him. No, not with Hulkster. Up there with Marnie. Don't you know me? Give you a punch in the face. Oh, give you a punch in the face. Go on, get up there with Marnie. No, I'm not being horrible to her, Hulkster. Stop getting anxious. Lay down. Up there with... that's it. Get your fat ass on there. Don't you fart on my knee. So you're anxious. Yeah. See, Marnie, you're making him anxious. Over. You want one of them. You want one of them. You want one of them, do you? See, her poor move just well anxious. Get up on there now. Move, 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 move. Get up there now. Straight on it, wouldn't you? Bad boy. Oh, Hulkster. Not get the... Oh, get up on that sofa now. Move. Get up there with your bitch. That's what it's like if you're married. You get impacted. Look at his little paw now where he's getting anxious. And she's just chilling, not giving a fuck, so thank you. And she's thinking, how can I pacify Marley? Yeah, we know what you're thinking. You're going to have to lick his cheesy bell end again, aren't you? You little hussy. You are a beautiful girl, aren't you? Look where he's looking. Yeah, guess who was watching him looking? You see what I mean? No, I'm not looking up at anywhere I shouldn't, am I? Because I'm sitting behind curtains. Because I don't want to fucking look up there. Or catch someone walking past the fucking window. Are they fucking watching me? Because I'm definitely not watching them. You know what I mean? That's what's going on in my head. So I just fucking sit behind my curtains. That house has got blocked out windows. So I can look that way. Not a problem. Nice people. But the neighbours like to, and the police like to be able to look in your windows, don't they? Like they told me when they came here over my disability. Or we want to wreck in the building, make sure there's no one living here with you. Make sure that's all legal. Oh, right, okay. We're wrecking the place. Oh, yeah, you're wrecking the place. Which says you're gathering intelligence to come back at a later date, doesn't it? Because that's a military term, innit, mate? So that's what the Tetris game is about on the scooter, innit? With you lot. And that's why you keep messing about on my Facebook account and my YouTube account, isn't it? Constables. Got it now? And there's your hour and 3 minute video. Have a lovely Saturday, folks.